So you may have heard a couple of things such as how you do anything is how you do everything, and start how you mean to go on. And that is going to play a key principle in your property investment journey. And in this video, I want to break down your first 30 days, what I would do if I was starting again, and what you should be implementing if you want to maximize your potential success, growth, and money coming in from your property investment journey. So this may seem weird starting out with this, but day one, before I do anything in property, I would recommend spending a full day on your mindset. And I break this down in a few different ways. Number one would be your limiting beliefs, your self-limiting beliefs. All of us have these hang-ups, including me. Am I good enough? Are people going to take me seriously? I'm a complete newbie. I'm old. I'm young. I'm a man. I'm a woman. Whatever else it is. And we seem to sort of say to ourselves, why would somebody take me seriously? Why would somebody choose me over another person? And I'm telling you that the only true USP, unique selling point in life, in business, is you, your personality, and what you're actually looking to achieve. It's not about your product, it's not about your service, it's not about your marketing. All of those help, but your true thing that is going to make you explode is just by being you. And if it helps, there's everything that you do, your qualities. Somebody's got something better at you, but nobody in the universe is better at being you than you. So engage with that, take what you've got, and fully embrace what a wonderful, truly exceptional human being you are, and it's really going to help you grow. The other thing with mindset is obviously anything we do, and you may have heard this, the skill set without the mindset will leave you upset. It was Dr. Demartini that said that originally in his book. I think it was Values Factor. Really cool book, check it out. But he's right, you can have the skills, you can do everything in the right way, but if you've got a terrible mindset, everything's going to be crumbling down. A lot of people say, oh, I'm new. Is anyone going to take me seriously? Well, who cares if you're new? It doesn't mean anything. And if you're like me, what you want to be doing is looking for one person in a similar situation. So for me, it was somebody who was young, a bit rough around the edges, and didn't have any money, very blue collar background. And I knew if I could find one person that's gone from zero to hero, if you like, then why couldn't I do it too? I'm a big believer in that nobody is particularly special apart from just being themselves. So I don't care if they're smarter than me, anything else. If they did it, then I can do it too. So on top of that, with your mindset, just think about what you are lacking. Is it your education? Then you know you're going to need to get educated. Do you have a mentor? If you don't, you know you're going to need to get a mentor. Do you have time? How can you open up more time? And what money do you have? And all of this is going to be really important. The last thing with mindset, I want you to ask yourself this and write it down. Do a one-pager. What if I fail? And write out what happens if you fail. Because honestly, the reason I love this as an exercise is exploring the downside is you know what the true losses are, and you realize that actually the downsides really aren't that big of a deal. So would it be you're still in your job? Would it be you spent a couple of $1,000 on the credit card? And all of those things that really are not a big deal. A couple of grand on a credit card, for example, is what? 40 quid a month? For you chasing your dreams, that is the potential downside. Basically being in the exact same situation that you've already been in. And then I always like to say to myself, well, what if I succeed? What if it does go well? What if you do explode? What if you grow? And then what you'll see is the downside is compared to where you are is about here. And the upside is right up there. It's absolutely explosive, exponential, and fully untapped. So that's why I start looking into mindset as the first thing. And then and only then would I move on to day two. So when I say day two, I actually mean 2 to 4. And this is defining my strategy. So many people in not only property investment, other investments as well, but let's focus on property. Go out there and just go. More viewings, more offers, do this, do that, post on social media. It's all such generic crap. And I actually hear trainers that are getting paid thousands just telling people, just put in more offers. No, don't do that. Think about a race, okay? Or running a marathon. Here's a good example, and I'll work with this analogy and see what comes out. If you just go, you know what? Just run a marathon and just start running. It doesn't quite work like that. Whereas if you said, hold on, what's my current experience level? What training do I need to do? How can I build up to this? Where am I going to run the marathon? It's a new one, so I want to pick a location with no hills or as little hills as possible. Is it tracked out? What route am I going to go? Where are going to be the toilet breaks, the refreshment areas? What sort of kit do I need so my bloody heels aren't bleeding and my nipples don't fall off 26.2 miles later? And somehow that relates to property, I promise. But the same thing with your property investment journey. It is not a sprint, it is a marathon. It genuinely is a journey. And the more prep time and thinking time you do, the better you're actually going to be able to define the strategy that you're going to do. I liked thinking of a process of elimination. Just think about what resources, which is money, time, and experience. What experience do you have? Okay, if you are brand new to property, maybe don't jump into land development, commercial conversions, as much as people want to spout that you can do it as a newbie, which you can, by the way, if you've got a property background, like you're a PM or a QS or something like that. But in general, maybe don't do that. On the other hand, if you've not got much money, then you're definitely not going to be doing those. You might want to start towards deal packaging, property trading, rent to rents, rent to SA. And then, of course, you've got your time implications. Now, remember, you can raise finance, but there's a difference between raising money, 50 grand for a buy-to-let and deposit refurbishment, to raising £500,000 for a development that you've never done in your life. Then, of course, you've got your time experience. Now, this actually fixes things in a different way, because commercial conversions don't actually take that much time in terms of your hours, because you have to outsource everything, right? And there's so much money to be made that you can do that. So if you've got a load of experience but not a lot of time, you can still make that work. Deal packaging and property trading are going to be really great for you if you don't have much experience, if you don't have time and you don't have money. It's kind of the perfect trio, which is why most beginners get involved in that. For example, rent to rent is great if you don't have experience and you don't have a lot of money, but it does require a lot of your time. Because there's not huge amounts of money, you essentially become a letting agent or a management agent, and most people forget that. So follow the process of elimination. Be honest with yourself, with your time, money, and education experience that you've got. Eliminate the ones that are obviously not going to be for you, and then really think about the pros and cons of the strategies that are left. And only then can we move on to number 3, which is thinking strategically about your goals. I believe in goals, not dreams, and defining what success is. So this is number 3. Define what success means. What is a goal compared to a dream? Well, it's all about being smart. Now, this acronym is not mine, and if you could Google this, you'll see loads of different versions, but SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Okay, if you don't have a time frame to a goal, it's just a dream, there's no actionable thing. And you want to think, yes, your monetary goals, time goals, how quickly do you want to achieve them, mentality, how are you feeling, your confidence when you're going in there. And I like looking at lead and lag indicators. So your goals should also be input based. So lead is an input, lag is the outcome of that lead. If you're thinking about the lead indicator, how many offers are you going to be putting in? How many phone calls? How many relationships, lunches, conversations? How many Facebook posts? You know, things like that. Create smart, measurable goals around everything so that you know what success looks like. So when we get to the end of the month and look back, did you achieve success? A lot of this is where happiness comes from, is how do you feel fulfilled? Well, you actually need to measure against it. Because if I said to you, I made $500,000 last month, that doesn't actually tell you if that's good or bad. Because what if I've been making 2 million every month before that? Not a great month. I'm going to feel pretty crap, right? Something went wrong. Whereas if I've only ever done $250,000 a month, doing $500,000 a month is absolutely insane. Okay. And so if you don't measure this and actually define what success looks like, you don't know whether you've achieved something or lost something at the end of this 30 days. The other thing to take account of at this point is thinking strategically about the difficulty of this. So I sometimes say easy, and I correct myself. It's not easy, it's simple what we do. And so understanding that simplicity doesn't mean it's going to come to you like that. It's not an easy process. It's hard work. I see people going, the reason I want to get into property is I just want to get out of the 9 to 5. And it's just like, ha! Moment. Like, if you can ask any team member now, there is nobody in my team that will ever work more hours than me. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. If you're trying to get out of 9 to 5, I'm telling you, going into a 5 to 9, right? Especially in the first few years, you have to hustle, you have to grind, and how you do anything is how you do anything, and you have to work hard enough at the start to not have to work hard down the line. So just understand it's going to take time, grit, and determination. There is nothing about property that is get rich quick. Let that settle in, because if that's where your head's at, unsubscribe from my channel. I cannot help you. okay? I can show you how to get rich. I cannot and will not talk about getting rich quick. Next is the most important part of any business, and this is going to take you from day 6 to day 15. Hold on, Jamie, we're halfway through the month. I've not even viewed a property yet. And guess what? You're not in this time frame either. Number one principle in business, start with the money. Like, it baffles me. It baffles me that people go out viewing properties, putting in offers. Let me make this as clear as possible. What makes a property a deal? Criteria. How do you get criteria? Well, either it's your criteria of buying a property or your investor's criteria based on the returns they want to get. So if you don't have money and you don't have an investor, then you don't have criteria. Therefore, you can put in all the offers you want, but even if it gets accepted, it's not a deal. Is that simple enough? Like, it blows my mind that people go out there, you can see I'm getting a bit passionate, and it's because I hear trainers go in, if you find a good deal, the money will follow. Shut the up, you pricks. Like, it's not true. The reality of it, and you're making your life so hard. Find the investors first, find the money, find the criteria. And the best way of thinking about this is you become a personal shopper to your investors. Let me give you the secret of making money. There's 2 ways to become rich, and it is all based around a value exchange. Either you give a huge amount of value and you exchange that and you make money. Let me give an example. Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi, they do a mentoring program where you get charged $250,000 to be mentored by them. You have to be making 10 million a year. I'm telling you, I'm not at 10 million a year yet. When I get there, I am paying the $250,000 and I am getting that mentoring, and I will get every single cent of value. I will ruin their lives and make them wish they didn't let me in, right? That's huge value. Or you can add a load of value over time, as many times as possible. Probably a poor example, but I'll say it anyway. Imagine the straw, okay? That small little bit of liquid that nobody could get out the bottom of a carton, suddenly sold for billions of people on a daily basis. Okay, it's also ruining the planet. But the point is, it's a value exchange when you're going out there. So how can you add value? How can I add as much value as possible to the people around me? And the more I do that, the more money I will make. At this point, I'd also start onboarding solicitors and get your CRM system in place. Finally, we're moving into the second half of the month, and now and only now can you start focusing on the vendors. So day 15 to 25, now that we've got everything, we've got proof of funds from the investors, solicitors, criteria, we're going to do the vendor side of things. Now, this is where we come back to today's video sponsor, property data. Now, this is where I would use property data to get these in place. Now, you can go to estate agents and letting agents, but the way that I condense the time frame so it doesn't take me months to find these opportunities, it can take me days or weeks, is by utilizing this software. By the way, there will be a link below you can go to sign up to the free trial of this. If you end up using it, being open, I've got an affiliate link. I'll get a couple of quid every now and then for it. But the main thing is jumping into this and showing you exactly how we can go out there with power, confidence, proof of funds, where you can prospect, present, and close. Let's jump into property data right now, and I'll show you exactly what I do and you can do too to find these opportunities quickly and efficiently for your own portfolio and your investors. So we're in property data right now. If you don't know what property data is, it's an incredible piece of software and today's video sponsor. And what it helps us do is helps you to research, source, and evaluate opportunities all in one place. And the way that it does this is some incredible algorithms that's extrapolating all of the data out there. And what I want to show you right now is sourcing the opportunities. I know this sounds weird, but I'm kind of shocked some of this is legal. I'm going to make the assumption that it is, but seriously, check this out. So what I'm going to do here is go on source and right to the bottom of more sourcing lists. This is going to blow your mind, okay? Check this out. Unmodernized, quick sale, repossessions, land plots, cash buyers only, price reduced. So it shows anyone that has reduced their property on the market by more than 15%. So you're already looking at discounted property. Licensed HMOs, ones that have gone off the market and come back on the market. The cheapest properties per square foot in the area. Planning that's just been granted. Imagine somebody's just got planning on a bit of land or a property for a new build plot there. How insanely valuable that is. investment portfolios, slow to sell, ones that have been on the market for too long. Maybe they're looking for an opportunity. Short leases, tenanted, auctions, large properties, growth zones, high yield, chain free, corner plot, holiday lets, bungalow, annexes, new build, near a university, Georgian properties, near a great school, good views. Like, what is going on there? But seriously, let me give you an example, because it's not going to be loads of each in each area. But imagine if you were the first person in your area to find out about these opportunities. This is how I am able to condense months worth of work in a matter of days. So seriously, this is insane. You need to check this out. And as I said, there is a link below that you can go on this, and it is an affiliate link, so I might make a couple of quid if you do sign up every now and then. So let's go into this and go quick sell. Let's go to the holder leads, which there won't be loads of. I know there'll be sort of less than 10 in the area, but this is where it gets really cool. So as you can see, this is covering, actually there's 36. So there's 36 in there that are cash only. So it could be because they need to complete quickly. It could be there's an issue with the refurbishment and things like that. But check out where these are. So you can see the bulk of them are actually in Leeds city centre. So if I go to source properties there, on here for a second, and that's going to generate this. So what this is doing is each time it will take a credit and it is going to extrapolate all of that information. So all of these are cash purchases, and you can choose to keep on the include subject sold to contract, or you can take that off. I'm going to take it off, and then what you can do here is a couple of things. So first of all, you can download it into a CSV, so you can actually download the whole thing. If you don't want to be, let's say for example, you know there's a great opportunity here with them, you can see them all on here, but instead of going in each of them, what I can do is open this for a second. Hopefully it shows on the recording. So this is what happens when I've opened it on my Mac. You can see where it is in the town, the full address of the property, the postcode of the property, bedrooms, price, average price in the area. How insane is this? Like, this is honestly incredible. So look, you can see these cash purchases, how quickly it correlates. So first of all, check out that bottom one. The average property with this one in this area is 583,000. This one, they're trying to get 350,000. So there's a good chance that they are a motivated individual looking to sell quickly. And notice how pretty much all of them have got these sort of discounts. So 406,000 to 320. What about this top one? Average price, almost £90,000 in this block. They're selling this for £65,000, okay? Not only that, you can see that one's been on for 91 days, so there's probably some complexities with the property, but you're going to get a really good return on that and be able to do something. This is just a really powerful way for you to understand exactly what you're able to look at. So I'd be downloading that, printing, I'd probably list it in order of those postcodes, and then just drive around the areas, get a really good feel. And right then, in one day, I've managed to find, what is that, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 potential opportunities that you can too. And look at some of these aren't just your cheap crappy properties. Some of these are really nice. And you know, you can go out there and quickly extrapolate. But again, that's just one. What about unmodernized property that need work? What about those that have been repossessed? What about a land plot? What about they've reduced the price? What about people that have specifically said, I need a quick sale on this property? So you're able to go in with confidence with your investors' criteria now and solidify and complete on these properties and start the money coming in as soon as physically possible. So now that we've got the right mindset, we've thought about our goals and the strategy, we've focused on the money first, and now we've utilized property data as a software to bring these opportunities to us to find off-market deals, to find people, the properties that need refurbishment, and of course people looking for a quick sale. Now that we've tied that all together, day 25 to 29 is package and instruct. This is where I would use property data and download the PDF. It looks like really smart presentation pack to put in front of the investors. They're going to think it's really professional, because it is. You jump in, they agree the price, you then package it and instruct your legal processes ready for the final stage of your 30-day journey. And finally, we've made it to the end of the month, day 30. So what do I do now? First of all, have a little cry about how beaten up, emotionally drained you are, maybe at the end of this video, let alone the last 30 days. But no, seriously, here's where I like to debrief, plan, and prepare. Now, I'll be completely honest, because my mentality is like, go, 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 go. Like, Alex hates the fact that that's my mentality with videos, because I'm like, let's just film. And he's like, no, you need to prepare, you need to do bullet points and all of that. And he's starting to rub off me, and you've probably noticed the quality of these videos getting better over time. Maybe. So debriefing, planning and preparing is so important in this, because actually if you don't review where you're at, number one, you don't anchor your wins. You don't understand how far you've come. Kind of like losing weight. You know that person that's been going to the gym and you're looking at them, you're like, whoa, he looks ripped, or she's lost weight, she looks great, he looks great. And yet they're the person that's like, yeah, I don't see any difference. And this is why photos are really important, right? But in property, you know, look back at those original goals. Have you hit them? Almost definitely not, right? But that's okay. Where did you hit? Where were the successes? What could you improve on? If you could go back 30 days, how would you engage with people better? How was your last phone call with an investor compared to the first phone call? What about the property deals that you've got on right now? Because you should be looking at how you can actually improve. So now that we've debriefed and we looked at what's happened in the past, now we can plan and prepare for the next 30 days of your property investment journey. So what do you need to do from now? You need to hit the like button, hit the subscribe and the notification bell so that you're notified about the upcoming videos. And genuinely, I strongly recommend looking up today's sponsor of the video, Property Data. There is a link below so you can start your free trial. As I said, if you do that, I will get a couple of quid every now and then, but it's free at the start. You will get insane value, and you want to make sure you're utilizing that in your property investment journey. Let me know what you thought about this video in the comments, and of course, I will see you in the next video.